Hello to all you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixel Land. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about busking in the New York City subways. But before we get to that, we will talk about video games just a little bit. I am your host, Mikey, aka DJ Uwu, along with my friend, former colleague, and current Cluck You Hall of Fame nominee, of course,
What?
nominated for eating the most wings with the most ranch,
Ew.
Danelle. Say hello, Danelle.
Hello, Danelle.
You don't like ranch, we've established that.
No, but Cluck You makes me want some chicken.
Yeah, Cluck You. It's not called that anymore. Shout out to Cluck You.
Oh, there's an actual place called that?
Yeah. That Cluck
Oh.
You, in fact, was on Man vs. Food under a different name, but it's
Oh.
Santa Clara University's local chicken and beer place, and they have the super hot melt your face off challenge that people get sick from. So yeah, shout out Cluck
Hmm.
You, and you're the current Hall of Fame nominee is what this note says here right now. So and with us as always is producer Jeff. No need for him to say hello or for
Won't be able to
us.
hear him anyways.
No, or anyone. No one, in fact, ever should say hello to him. But there he is. There's Jeff in the background. Never smiling, never emoting, just existing.
I was just gonna say that, just existing.
Sometimes you don't even know, like, the video might be frozen. You know, people can't see us yet, but it's hard to tell
No.
if, like, there's internet issues or if Jeff's just, is he sleeping? But anyways, enough about him. This isn't the Jeff podcast.
It could
Uh,
be.
It could be. It could be one
One
episode we
day.
could dedicate actually to Jeff, but not this week. This week's episode, blandly titled "What a
Blandly.
Weirdo."
What a
Shout out to
weirdo.
Billy Madison. We're going to talk about some of the
Aw.
weird characters that have shown up in video games throughout the years. Um,
Hmm.
Video games have no limit. This means you can
Nope.
literally program whatever the imagination is feeling on a particular day.
Mm-hmm.
People who make video games like Danelle are often eccentric. Back in the day, I think they were kind of fucking punk rock. Today, most of them are pussies who just really like money. So, shots fired, which is fine. But I mean,
Ooh, that smell.
yeah, exactly. That's. I was hoping you would sing that after that. Uh, Either way, punk rock or pussies, these artistic weirdos have made
Hmm.
games throughout the years that have definitely given us some weird ass characters, and we'll talk about some of them
Mm-hmm.
today. Are you excited about this, Danelle?
Yeah, my actually first thing was popped in my head was Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh,
Just because that name always got to me, and I was just like, "These—that's a weird name, and these are weird characters." But yeah, let's do it.
Toe Jam and Earl, did you play that game?
I did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
It was too long ago,
Wow. Yeah.
too many
Yeah.
pots ago.
They were kind of like aliens, but like super like hip hop, like kind of like Mervin's hip hop, but
Oh, there's that Mervin's reference again.
Bugs Bunny and Taz with their hip hop clothes on. So, anyways,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, they were cool, man.
they were cool, man.
Wanted their shoes and
Yeah.
continue,
Let's see.
sir.
So Danelle is a weird ass character who works in the video game industry, but we won't talk about her. Just because
Mhm.
she is a character doesn't
Mhm.
mean that she has character.
Wow, really?
Shout out to Pulp Fiction, sort of. It's sort. I kind of changed the quote, but that was a quote from Pulp
Oh,
Fiction. First,
wow, that was good.
first segment that I want to talk about today, I'm calling it Mario Mushroom Party.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Um, who doesn't love mushrooms,
My
right?
boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Well, take a shot.
I
There
know.
are so many varieties of mushrooms. They are delicious in so many dishes.
Mm-hmm.
They're cute when you draw them into characters.
Mm-hmm.
Small forest creatures make homes out of them.
Penises. Sorry.
They- yeah, that was man. It's like you're reading my sheet. That was my next kind of bullet point there.
Oh.
Penises, besides all that, if you're Mario, your entire world is centered around them. And now, based on Danelle's last
Yeah.
comment, that just changes everything. I don't what kind of world Mario lives in, but he's
That's
doing it.
true, actually. I never thought about it like that.
No, I know. I mean, it's called the Mushroom Kingdom, right? So.
Yeah, but probably for a
Um,
different type of reason.
Well, we'll talk about that. There's lots of mushrooms there. Sometimes you eat mushrooms, and then if you're
I
Mario,
want
that
some
is,
mushrooms.
and then yeah, and then it makes you turn big. And
Yeah.
which actually that brings me to a sub segment, maybe a side tangent called segment 1.5,
Mm.
titled
Side
"What's
tangent.
really going on." I could have said that better. Could you give me a better "What's really going on," Danelle?
What's really going on?
Thank you. It was kind of the same, but that's all right.
Wow.
Yeah, we were
Well,
equal. I would say we were
I
equal.
was just gonna say that we're the same, so I mean,
Yeah, pretty good.
it works.
So I'm not the first one to kind of ask this question, but I've thought about it like for a long time throughout my life, and I imagine plenty of other people have too. So is Mario really getting big from eating mushrooms, or is he tripping? Like he ate a
Mm.
magic mushroom. Like does he
Yeah,
think
like
he's
Alice in
big?
Wonderland. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or like um, so he thinks he's big, and instead of really like breaking blocks with his head, he's just like causing brain damage. Or um, is he actually playfully jumping on enemies and making them pop off screen, or is he murdering
Oh.
these weird creatures, these abominations that are coming towards him?
Yeah.
And then why so once he eats a mushroom, now he can eat a flower next, and then shoot fire from his hands. It sounds like a dirty fucking hippie to me,
It
but
does. Yeah.
but I just wanted to bring that up. I think that's weird. But that
Yeah.
mushroom's not a character. I want to talk about a different mushroom. But
I
you
know. I
have
was like, mushroom isn't a cat. Well, no, there isn't a mushroom character, is
it's
there?
a power up, right? It's a
Yeah.
power up. I don't know if Mario is just hallucinating or if
That's
it's
true. I actually never really thought about it like that. When I was a kid, that didn't dawn on me like that. I didn't think about it, but
of course
now that I'm
not.
older, that's got me a lot to think about.
Yeah,
You got me a lot to think about.
I
Proper
got you.
English.
I got you a lot to think about.
Okay, Jarrell.
Yeah.
Shout out
So and
Jarrell.
yeah. So I did want to talk about another mushroom though, which is a weird
Oh,
character.
okay.
Um, we're not here to talk about mushrooms. We're here to talk about mushrooms, right? But this time they're trying to kill you. So these
What?
mushrooms, if they touch you with their cheeks, you will die. They are
What?
poisonous after all. And these ones don't grow out of blocks. They walk, and they have cute little feet, and they have sharp teeth, and they have eyes, and they look pissed. And
Yes.
sometimes they have wings, and they make funny sounds when you jump on them. And
Hmm.
I guess they're not mushrooms. They are what, Danelle? Do you know?
Nope.
Goombas.
Oh, I was gonna
Goombas.
say Goomba in the beginning, but
No?
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. They're a mushroom, right?
Yeah. I mean, Goomba means mushroom in Hungarian, actually, believe it or not.
No, it doesn't.
It does, yep.
What? I
Um,
gotta Google this. I don't believe.
Goomba, also, it's spelled a little bit differently, but
Hmm.
it's slang for an Italian man,
I
I
was gonna
guess.
say that because I've been watching The Sopranos, so I was just gonna say that
Yeah, and that I believe is where those crazy folks at Nintendo kind of got it from.
because they're Italian.
Yeah, but in no, well, Mario's Italian, right? You can't make this shit up. I mean, this is a what the fuck moment.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Japan, Goombas are called I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation probably kumbio, which loosely
Perfect,
translates
perfect.
perfect. That loosely translates to chestnut person, which I think is delightful. So they're not mushrooms in Japan; they're chestnut people, I guess. Um, just adorable. So yeah, you live in a mushroom kingdom where little people wear mushroom hats. Toad's another weird character, but I don't want to talk about Mario all day.
Oh, wait, yeah, Toad. He's a mushroom.
Can you do? Well, he has a mushroom hat.
Yeah, that was my favorite in Mario Kart. Toad's
Yeah.
my guy.
Can you do a Toad scream?
Nope.
Okay, I'm not
I
going to
can't
either.
even think of what it even sounds like anymore.
It's high pitched. It's kind of annoying. Like I don't even want to do it, and I feel like people
Wow, and
on.
you always do impressions, so that must be really bad.
I'm over it. I'm over it. Too many people do. I just wanted to see if you could do it. Um, but yeah, Toad's there. He wears a mushroom hat. You live in the mushroom kingdom. You eat mushrooms that do things to you, giggity, and also mushrooms with faces are trying to kill you. So I bet Mario is confused all the time, possibly due to the amount of mushrooms that he consumes.
It's
Um,
possible.
but anyways, Goombas, they're
Mm,
probably like the most iconic and recognizable video game
yeah,
character, like one of the most iconic of all time, right? Um,
yeah. I think we even have a stuffed animal Goomba in the house here.
Right, yeah. And you probably jump on it and it goes, "Doo-doo," and it falls
That
off
would
the
be
world.
awesome, though.
Yeah. Um, so I don't know. I think they're so iconic you kind of don't even think about how weird they are until you think about it, and that's why you should
Hmm.
never think, because then you'll just think about that stuff all day, and who wants to do that? You'll get nothing done.
I
Um,
think too much all the time. I can't even sleep at night sometimes. I'm thinking so much.
right. Jeff tries to think, but nothing happens.
Wow.
Um, But yeah, Goombas, I mean, it's normal to see them. It's normal to know that they are fuckers and you need to jump on them
They're
or kick a turtle
fuckers.
shell at them. And that makes them fall off the world, which listen, another side tangent really quick. That's a really shitty way to die. Like when Mario, you jump on an enemy and they just fall off the world. Like
Yeah.
if you like think about that, this is why you shouldn't think. Someone runs into you with enough force. Like I'm standing here, Jeff runs into me with enough force
Yeah.
that I just fall and I leave the ground and I'm just falling, and then I'm
Yeah.
falling forever. And then there's a million Goombas floating around, and
It's because the Earth is flat, so they
well,
push you off the side of the Earth really
seed
easily.
oils are bad. The Earth is flat, and this podcast
Did you say
slowly
seed
is.
oils are bad?
I did. I just want to turn this podcast into just fear mongering, not
Hmm.
video games. So, anyways, I just wanted to mention seed oils, and falling
Hmm.
off the Earth is weird. So.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
So,
They're
anyways,
weird.
nothing makes sense about Goombas, but I love them. They are weird, but I don't know.
They are. They're
And
pretty iconic.
any final thoughts on Goombas or mushrooms or Toad or anything like that, Danelle?
Well, now I want some pizza. First, I wanted chicken when you mentioned Cluck You, and then
Right.
now I want some pizza. My mom actually gave me some bone broth last week that had garlic and mushrooms in it,
Oh, okay.
and it was delicious. And I made wonton soup with it, and it was delicious.
Nice.
Hmm.
I thought you were gonna say my mom last week actually gave me some mushrooms, and then yeah, but I don't know. Like like
No,
hippy
I don't.
dippy mushrooms.
Those kind. I don't like mushrooms. That actually hurts my head.
Right.
The psychedelic mushrooms. Actually, I want to like them, and I just don't. I just
Mhm.
don't have a good time, and they just. It's not for me at all. I
Good.
just nah.
Don't do drugs, kids, is what Danelle's
Well,
saying.
I wouldn't say that,
Oh, okay,
but
good. Just a reminder, this is not a family show. Um, shit, we should start.
everything in moderation.
Yeah, no, that's true. We should start putting that disclaimer at the
I
beginning.
know you're right. Actually,
Oh, look, Timmy, a show about video games. This
yeah, you're
should
gonna
be
hear people
nice.
turn it off real fast, and their kids in the car like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, Danelle, she doesn't even say her name right. It's Danielle. Anyways,
Ew. Gross.
um, well, I'm glad that you're getting hungry. All that mushroom talk was kind of making me hungry too. You know what it's time for now?
Is it Gamer Snacks?
It is Gamer Snacks.
Brr, brr, brr. No.
Hell yeah.
Snacks? 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 Snacks?
Good. That was a good sound effect, Jeff. Thank you. Gamer Snacks is where we pair a snack with the game, like fine wine
Yeah.
to high-end
Oh,
food.
it's
And
gonna make me more
snacks,
hungry.
oh yes, this is gonna be a good one. Snacks is
Okay.
spelled with an X
Yep.
because fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's a Rage Against the Machine
I was just
lyric.
gonna say that. I was gonna sing it, but you already ruined it. So
I said it all square too, Like I could have.
L7.
Jeff shaking his head in agreement when I said I was a square. So
You're a
do you?
circle.
I am well, more of
Your
like an
face is
oval.
circular. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
an oval face.
more of like an oval. Yeah. Um, where to go from there? No,
I don't.
so
I don't know.
the snack this
Food.
week it's not mushrooms.
Okay. Darn it.
Yeah, I mean that's I enjoy mushrooms in many dishes, but not really a gamer snack. You know what I mean? Um,
Stuffed mushrooms. I eat those at like Super Bowl time. That's a game. Stuffed
yeah,
sausage and cream cheese and mushrooms.
interesting. Huh.
You've
Okay.
never
Well,
had those?
no, I have. I have. It's
Oh.
Super
I mean,
Bowl
I
is
guess it's too
yeah.
evolved to be a gamer snack per se. I guess you can't really just make those while you're playing a game or heat them up really fast. I guess so.
Yeah, or if you work in QA, you're not heating that up on the floor for your snack while you're testing your little
That's
stuffed
true. Okay, so
mushroom.
what is the snack, Mikey?
Yeah. Um, This week we'll be focusing on Go Snacks. These amazing inventions were popular in the early 2000s and could be found at any 7-Eleven close to school, and
Was it the
even closer.
2000s? Wow.
Yeah, early 2000s. So
Huh.
like I'm thinking my high school, right?
Yeah.
Um, so
Same for me. You're
7-Eleven,
only like a year or two younger than me.
I think so. Yeah, I graduated in '02.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I'm 2000. So.
yeah, so there was a 7-Eleven by my school, and even closer than my school was the alley in the apartments next to 7-Eleven, where
Okay.
you,
Shady shit would happen.
yeah, you used to go. You ditched third period to smoke a blunt right
Play
before you
Pogs. Oh
did
no, that was
lunch.
too
Yeah, no,
90s.
that would be no. I wasn't blunt smoking age when Pogs were out. Um,
Oh,
so
this is getting more interesting. Yeah, continue.
yeah, um, so yeah,
The
tubes,
alley. Yeah.
Cheetos, Allies, blunts. So Cheetos, Doritos, Funyuns, 3D Doritos,
Yeah,
which
those things are weird.
yeah,
I wanted to get into them, but
I used to really like them. I thought about
hmm.
3D Doritos for this segment, but
Oh,
they
just their
are
own thing.
they are disqualified from Gamer
They're
Snacks.
disqualified.
This fucking qualified due to the fact that they tear the shit out of the roof of your mouth. So they are disqualified because that's not enjoyable. You know,
It is not.
you're gonna stop playing your
Drop,
game. You're gonna
shut
get
them down, open up shop.
you're gonna stop,
Oh
drop,
no,
yeah, shut them down, open up shop, and like no one has time for that.
no, ain't
Um,
got time for that.
no. So all those
Okay,
fun chips that you grew up with, but in a tube.
and it was all together in one tube.
No, no, no. They had the different.
Oh, they were all individuals of each one.
No,
See, I don't remember this.
you have two hands for two tubes.
Double fisting,
Yeah,
yeah.
double
Do it.
fisting. That's what I'm doing on camera. I'm double fisting. Um, and it's not a flawed designed, miserable excuse for a tube. I'm looking at you,
Hmm.
Pringles can, but rather a tube you can
Hmm.
basically drink your chips out of, and they don't
Yeah,
spill into your mouth either. You know, like
drinking chips.
It's perfectly designed to get the proper amount of snackage into your gullet
Huh.
each time you take a pull from it.
I like that word gullet. It makes me feel funny.
Yeah, it is. It's and you know all it is blah 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 blah. Um, so they were called Go Snacks because you can take them on the go when you're running from the cops after you smoke that blunt in the apartment
Oh,
alleyway next to 7-Eleven. You can refuel without
oh.
stopping if you have one of these Go Snack cups. Tube.
Or went to the car races. That's what I did.
Yeah, the car races. Where'd you go to the car races?
Milpitas a lot, Ringwood, I think, and then sometimes we'd meet up at like the In and Out,
You're
and
talking illegal street racing,
yeah,
and what you're saying is Go Snacks were very popular there.
yeah.
Yes.
See, I
Awesome.
don't know if they should be condoning that with that, but
No,
it works.
no. Um, but guess what? I have a secret for you
What?
to know. They're called
Oh,
Go
I like
Snacks.
secrets.
Yeah, you
Yes.
don't. Guess what? You don't have to go anywhere. It turns out you can sit on your fat fucking ass and drink these chips
Stupid.
without having to go. So
Oh my
take that,
gosh.
marketing dicks. Um, so
Yeah.
the chips were mini too. You know, they weren't like a tube full of full size Doritos. That wouldn't work. They were mini.
Do they not sell these anymore?
No, so funny enough,
Hmm.
my daughter, she's a big time snacker. She says mini
Yeah.
chips hit different. That's what,
Oh, that's what the kids
yeah,
say.
that's like young slang for they're awesome. So they still
Oh, that's a
they
good
make,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a good thing. They hit different.
Huh.
Um, but they make mini versions of chips, but it's not the Go brand, and it's not the same
Okay.
tube. You know, it's just not the
Okay.
same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You need the tube. It needs to
We
say
need the
Go
tube, the test
exclamation
tube
mark.
babies.
Yeah, test tube. It needs to say no test tube babies were harmed in the making
In
of
the
this
making of
tube.
these. Yes.
Um,
They don't want to be eating babies out of a can.
no, exactly not. Like that wouldn't get its own gamer snack
Maybe
segment.
fetuses. That's good for us, right? People eat those for
No,
health reasons.
you might be thinking placenta.
Oh, placenta.
I
You're
don't think
right.
people eat fetuses. I hope not. Maybe vampires do.
Yeah, I was way off with that. Oh my god, I can't believe
Uh,
I'm gonna get a lot of shame, hate
no,
from
you
this.
won't. That was an honest mistake.
Fetuses,
That was an honest mistake. You're not a
feet,
devil.
gross.
Yeah. Ew, ranch.
Yeah,
Um,
pizza. All right.
uh,
Okay, we're way off.
fetusi. Oh, okay.
We're way off the rails now here.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Um, Thanks for
So they don't make them
continuing that.
anymore. They make little mini-sized ones.
They don't have placenta flavor, but
Probably tastes very irony.
yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, uh, British people would love it probably. Oh,
I
this,
am British, so
oh,
I would love it.
this tastes great. It is iron. Tastes
With my blood sausage.
full of iron. It is. That's what they say.
Bollocks!
Yeah, on the go, Snacks. Sorry. Yeah, there are many, and they are adorable, and they're delicious, and we need to pair it with the game, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, we do.
That's what this whole
I know, I've totally forgot.
bang is. We get lost.
Try not to think. You told me not to think, so I just been...
Not.
Not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not.
Good job.
So what game do we pair this with?
So this is probably around, again, I'm taking myself back to high school.
Okay.
Probably around 2002, let's say, when Purple
so I
Urkel
was in
first
college.
started to get popular. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. So you were on the go from class to class with your Go Snacks. I was in high school. Shout out Purple Urkel, by the way.
What? Is that a string?
And that's the same year. Well, no, I was saying that Purple Urkel came out around this time, so shout out Purple Urkel.
What is
that's
that?
hard to say. What's that?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Danelle.
I thought it was a string. That's why I said. I don't know.
Yes,
what that
it is. It is. I was just saying,
Okay.
like, picture it, Sicily, 2002. Well, actually, Santa Clara.
Okay.
You got Go Snacks. You got
Yes.
Purple Urkel.
Yes.
Little Mikey's bedroom, and Soul Calibur 2.
Oh God! Did I test that?
Well, hold that thought, please. You're
Okay.
thinking too much. You're getting ahead of me. Just keep that thought. Hold it, like in front of you. Don't drop it. Holding. Thank you. Soul Calibur 2 is the best installment in the Soul Calibur series. And if you had the GameCube, you could play as Link. Which was
remember
dope.
that.
Yeah. If you had other consoles, you had other exclusive characters, but no one cares. You had the GameCube, partially because, or if you had Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube, you can play as Link. Everyone wanted to play as Link. How long will I keep doing that? We shall see.
Every time,
I hope. And yeah, so that dude, we fucking played, like, me and my friends back in the day. We played the shit out of that game. Talking shit, me always winning. Comment.
Oh,
like
sure.
Always. Listen,
You're such a winner.
I was good. I thought I was good at fighting games for most of my life until I joined the video game industry and played some of these nerds.
Oh God!
That, like,
You can't know.
I'm straight trash at fighting games. But back in 2002, against my loser friends,
right.
I was always winning.
Nice.
So, Soul Calibur is a great fighting game series in general. The stages are beautiful, the mechanics are perfect, the animations are sweet, the announcer is obviously amazing, proven by the amount of times that I'm going to say Soul Calibur in this segment. And the characters are also weird too, which this is the weird character episode.
I got it. That's how you're tying it all together.
Look at fucking
blew my mind.
Layers and
Yep.
callbacks. So anyways, you're playing Soul Calibur 2 all day, and you're getting hungry. But you can't put that controller down for long because of the nonstop action and the fact that you keep winning because you're me and you just you can't take a break to have a snack because you never get a turn off, and you don't want to eat Doritos with your fingers like a peasant. You don't want to get chip dust all over your Wavebird. Shout out Wavebird. Do you remember the Wavebird for the game?
Oh my gosh, I still have mine.
Oh, that's amazing. Don't get rid of that. That is worth $100.
Is it?
At least. No, yeah, I think they're
I still have my GameCube too.
Yeah, no, you never get rid of it. So anyways, what do you do, Danelle? You can't stop winning. You don't want to get dust on your Wavebird. And you want to have a snack. What do you think you do? What do you grab?
A Go Snack.
You grab a Go Snack, bruh. Go Gadget Funyun breath.
Yeah. Ew, I hate Funyun breath.
Yeah, I didn't really eat Funyuns in high school either. But anyways, go.
I didn't like onions back then, so I definitely Funyuns was not my thing.
I do enjoy them though.
Being around friends that ate it and just just like smelling their breath, and you're trying to play games with them, and they just.
That is true. Actually, I didn't think about that. Funyuns weren't a popular choice for couch gaming back in the day. I mean, all chips kind of stink, though. I don't know.
I know, for
Gamers,
sure.
yeah,
I was just gonna say that playing any kind of game with your friends when they're playing, eating any kind of snacks, it's just, ugh. It's
yeah.
like, turn the
People
other
are
way. Don't talk to me.
people are gross.
Don't open your mouth when you're talking to me.
Yeah,
You shut your mouth while you're talking to me. That's what the
right.
quote actually is.
Yeah. Wait, what are you quoting?
I
What are
don't
you
know. I
quoting?
think it's Will Ferrell though. You
Oh,
shut your
okay.
mouth when you're talking to me.
Will
But I don't know
Ferrell
from
though.
what.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think it's Will Ferrell though. That should be a
Will
shirt.
Ferrell
We should
though.
make that. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
another shirt.
like that's Will Ferrell though.
Mm.
So yeah, Go Snacks, bring him back and fucking sponsor us.
Ooh,
That's not the
that would be
slogan.
awesome. Actually, that'd be a twofer.
It
They
really
get to make
would.
money, bring back nostalgic snacks. I mean, we get money, they get money. It's
Yeah,
win-win.
we're laughing together like in our
Ha
money
ha
vault,
ha.
smoking cigars. Like, look what we did. We brought Go Snacks.
Moneyball?
Money vault? I don't know. I'm
Oh,
thinking.
Money Vault. I thought you said Money Ball. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. And I didn't say it.
That's a baseball movie, isn't it? Moneyball?
It
Isn't it
sure
about the
is
A's?
about the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Yeah. How Brad
Random
Pitt
knowledge.
saved the Oakland A's.
Oh,
Um, so yeah,
that's
Go
right.
Snacks sponsor.
Go Snacks,
Let's
man.
let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? That could be the
Let's
slogan.
go.
That's what kids say
Mm-hmm.
all the time. LFG, let's fucking go snacks. Spelled with an
Do
X
they?
because we're
Oh
rebels.
God.
I don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm
I don't
gonna.
know. I'm not around kids enough.
This podcast is also gonna educate you on kid slang.
You're definitely, yes, I know. I need to be educated on kids, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Not for the wrong
How
reasons.
to stay away from them.
How to
So
stay
let's
away from them.
let's continue back into weird
Let's continue.
characters.
Yep.
Continue. Uh,
Continue. Yes. See? You and your sound effects. I love it.
yeah. Um, so I'm gonna still be talking about
Okay.
Soul
Uh,
Calibur. Um, do you remember in our last episode, after each segment, I would ask a question? Danelle, do you remember what the question was by any chance?
oh God. No.
It was what the fuck.
That,
Um,
yes. That, I
so
remember that.
yeah, so I'd like to ask that question about our next weird character, who's from the Soul Calibur series, named Voldo.
Hmm.
Voldo. So what the fuck
Waldo.
sums up my description of Voldo? We could probably move on after that, but that's not fun. We should talk about him a little bit. So, um, of course, like I mentioned, he's from Soul Calibur. Um, and so let's pause there. Actually, Donnell, you worked at Namco. Did you have the pleasure of working on
Uh-huh.
Soul Calibur?
I know. I was trying to think, and I don't think so. If anything, maybe it would have been like overtime on it. I don't think I
Uh,
actually have my name in the credits for that game. Because back then, you actually got your name and credits on those games that you tested.
you did.
And I don't think.
Sometimes.
I always did. I found a way to finagle my
Oh,
name into there. Ace
well,
Combat, I got my name in there, you know, and all of
nice.
the Katamaris, you know, my name's in there, and
That's something to be
whatever.
proud of, that one. Ace Combat, maybe, I don't know.
I Yeah, but I
Uh,
mean, so anyways, I got my name pretty much in everything that I tested, and I don't think I tested Soul Calibur, but it was hot around the office for sure. Everybody was playing it. I mean,
I
I think I
bet.
even still have a copy of it because I think they gave us all copies of it, so I think I might still have mine.
Nice. You can pull it out and you can read the title. Can we hear your Soul Calibur announcer voice?
Soul Calibur. Yours
That's
was
pretty good.
definitely much better.
Yeah, you have to
Do
you
I
have to
still
kind of like
have?
Soul Calibur. You have to, really
I need to go find my
use
booklet.
it.
So what they gave us there is because what they came out with a bunch of different Soul Calibers, and at the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
when I
yeah.
was there was this booklet that they gave us, and it was like this. Not I wouldn't say commemorative, but it folded up, but you could put like all five different versions or six different
Oh,
versions of the game of like Soul Calibur 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it folded all up, and it was like this cool little nifty. Um, it almost
doohickey.
looks like a DVD, like a really thick
Uh,
like DVD kind of thing, and it would just. And I think I still have that. I never like really owned any of these Soul Calibur, so I don't never displayed it. But I'm pretty sure I still have it. I should go look for that now.
yeah, go do it now while we're live on air.
I was just gonna say that actually, but you don't. Then there'll be dead air.
You've been saying Soul Calibur incorrectly this entire time, but I will forgive you. It's okay.
Oh God.
What I was going to say about credits though, when I said sometimes, is I am at from EA anyways. I am in credits for games that I didn't test, and there's also games that I did test that I'm not in the credits for. So I don't know quite how that worked, but
Oh well.
credit means get it, so I'll take it.
Credit means get it. You're also credited as like a movie producer
Well,
and
yeah, I am.
well, I
I
mean,
am.
not really you though, but
I didn't
mean,
want to talk about that. I am the famous Mike Fenton from the '80s, who was a
so many.
casting
Yeah.
director, I believe.
Yeah, I can't
I
remember.
should know my own title, but yeah, that is me. That is me. I worked on Back to the Future.
Nice. Glad to know you, sir.
Oh,
I'm in the presence of greatness right now. Feels wonderful.
yeah, and Jeff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, greatness and Jeff. See
So
what I did
stone
there?
faced right now.
I know.
What's he researching? What are you doing, sir?
I can't wait for us to have video so the audience can see
Oh, I
producer
don't want you
Jeff
to
hard
see
at
me.
work. But
I'm
so
gonna put a
okay,
mask on
so
so
you
you
don't
guys
remember
can't
if
see
you
my face every time. Anyways,
yeah, you should. You should. So you don't
if you,
remember if you worked on Soul Calibur or not, but
I don't think I did.
you know what I'm talking about. So Voldo,
Yeah.
um, Voldo was a weird character. He's been around since the beginning, actually, since Soul Edge. I'm not going to say it like the announcer
Oh,
for that
Soul Edge. I
because
know that one too.
um, I just don't want to anymore. But yeah. So yeah, these guys have been around forever. Voldo is a servant to a long dead arms dealer who sticks around his crib and protects his shit still to this day. Um, Voldo is androgynous. Voldo seems to be into BDSM.
I was just gonna say that BDSM for
Yep.
sure.
Voldo is for sure a contortionist, and
Yes,
he's dangerous because Voldo had scissors for hands,
he's the
essentially.
Freddy Krueger's of video game characters.
Oh, interesting. I wrote down he's like a more androgynous BDSM loving contorting Edward Scissorhands.
Oh,
Scissor
I
hands
could
or
see
scissors
that.
hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
either or.
yeah, but he doesn't have the charm. Voldo has no charm
No, no.
whatsoever. He makes these weird hissing sounds and grunts, and I don't think he speaks. I don't think he brushes his teeth. He doesn't even pick at them with those scissor hands. And he
Scissor
thrusts
hand.
himself into you, and he does like a full
Oh
bridge
yeah,
pose.
go on.
Yeah, full bridge pose. Shout out to yoga with Adrian, and then he walks towards you in
Oh
the bridge pose, and he slides and he pokes and he's annoying, but
yeah,
he's kind of fun to use. You can fuck
yeah,
with people when you pick him, and if you know what you're
yeah.
doing, you can kind of wreck shop. So
Wreck that
um,
shop.
wreck that shop, thrust and bridge and hiss and all that shit.
This is right up my
So
alley.
yeah, so he's a
With the
weird
blunts and the ghost snacks.
yeah Voldo and
Voldo in the
hissing
alley.
yeah Funyun
Hmm.
breath, running from
Ugh.
cops.
Ugh.
Um,
Street racing. Just do it all in one
yeah,
right now. No.
yeah, exactly. We're a bunch of degenerates back in 2002.
I know. We were just rebels without a
Rebels
cause,
without a thought, is what I
without a
say.
thought. Yeah.
So yeah, Voldo makes Soul Calibur one more time. Great. He's weird, fluid, easy to pick up, hard to master.
Gender fluid.
He's perfect. Yeah, it's
Sorry.
true. It's true. And so Soul Calibur 1, 2, 4 are the good ones. There's no arguments. But yeah, Namco, man, what a bunch of weirdos, right? Namco, they make some weird shit. Uh,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
which now leads me to my next segment. Are you ready?
I am.
It's titled Namco in general, or I like segments with two different titles. It's like 1930s radio. Namco in general, or has Danelle worked on weird shit? That's the name of the segment. Again, we'll work on these segment titles. So
Oh,
I don't know. I was thinking about
gross.
Namco after I was talking about Soul Calibur, and I was like, damn, they make a lot of weird stuff too. So
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rattle titles off and see if you've worked on them, if you had any stories. If you don't, I have my own little bullet points. So kind of like a quick fire thing here. Are you ready?
Nice. Yeah, let's do it.
First game is Dig Dug. Now I know that came
Oh
out,
gosh.
when we were babies, but Namco re-releases stuff, and you maybe you test it for digital download or whatever. But anyway, have you worked on Dig Dug?
So, yes.
Ooh.
So when I transitioned, I transitioned from um, the console testing to cell phone testing.
Hmm.
They decided to do ports of all
Yes.
their old arcade cabinets and arcade games and just console games in general to cell phones. And Dig Dug was one of those ones that we had to test on all the phones.
Yeah.
So I did plenty of Dig Dug testing.
You were digging and you were dugging. Did you dig
I
it?
was digging and dugging.
I like Dig
Yeah,
Dug, but it is
I like
weird.
Dig Dug.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's classic, but
it's a
like,
time waster. It's cool.
yeah, but like
I like it.
you pump motherfuckers full of air and explode them,
Yeah,
and then you dug some shit in the process. You dig?
yeah, I dig.
But yeah, no, Dig Dug's cool. Weird,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
All right, so moving on. Actually,
yeah.
part of the Dig Dug family,
Okay.
somewhere. If you follow old school gaming lore, none of it makes sense and nobody cares. But Mr. Driller, did you ever work on Mr. Driller?
Oh, well, I mean, I think I might have maybe once or twice, but that was another one that they did port over as well. But it
Hmm.
wasn't one of the ones that I kind of was tasked with working on. But that was a fun one too, though, when I did play it.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Mr. Driller, and actually, I think I fucking love Mr. Driller should be a shirt. That's two shirts in one
There
show.
you go. Yeah,
Um,
I need to write all these down. I mean, I know they're in our podcast here, but we should definitely start making a list and
yeah,
that's
well,
what I should do
actually,
with my spare time. I'm not doing anything else, so I'll just start making shirts.
yeah, silk screen.
Well, I'm sure I'd have to get the rights for all these, though.
Oh yeah,
I
I
guess I
don't
could make
know.
my own version. I don't know how you get around that
Right.
without having to pay for the fees, but
Yeah, this sucks. Doing shit on your own sucks. I do love Mr. Driller, but
hmm.
I fucking love Mr. Driller is a quote from a very stoned person on the floor of EA when someone brought up
Oh, I
Mr.
was like, what's
Driller.
that from?
They turned around and was like, Mr. Driller? I fucking love Mr. Driller, and that just stuck in my head. But I do love Mr. Driller. But
Yeah, it's
but
classic.
he is a weird. It is a weird. He's a weird character, but not too weird. Katamari, we know that you worked on.
Yep, yep.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die. That's what I
I
say.
still want to play that. You're right. I should look to see if it's available for download
It
because
is. It is. You
it's
can
just
get
such
it.
a fun time waster as well. It's just rolling stuff up and it was really fun and it's so weird and listening to all the sound effects as you roll up each object and the people and when you roll them up and
It's so bizarre. I mean, it's
it's
not even
so
weird.
bizarre.
It's bizarre. How bizarre? How
How? Oh, I was just
bizarre?
gonna say that. How bizarre. I was
Uh,
actually tasked with localization on some of the Katamaris, and I had to. There was like, you know how many thousands of objects there are in that game?
right.
And I had to localize, well, not localize, but basically make sure that the English version or the English form of all of the items were correct.
Right. Right.
And I had to go in there and make sure there wasn't any incorrect, spellings and whatever. And man, I think I can't even remember. It might have taken me 2 weeks to go through all the items in the fucking game.
Ah,
I
did you
mean, it
get a
was a
lot of?
long, daunting task.
Did your bug count go up because of it?
Probably. I definitely. A lot of the versions of their text was like English version, so color with a U
Ah,
and
perfect.
favorite with a U, and
Favorite.
there was a lot of British versions of things. So which they weren't wrong, so, but I mean, for us, for at least for the American version, I bugged all that stuff because I'm like, we don't spell it like that.
Yeah. You in your description of your bug, you said, "This is America, God damn it!" And
America.
and then you posted all the English words, or you were an asshole and you took each word as a separate bug to really get your bug count up. Never do
Well, of
that.
course, well, of course, each one was a separate bug.
Oh no.
Well, that's because that's kind of how we did it. At least
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then,
yeah.
they kind of wanted it distinguished because you don't want all of it in one. Because if they fix one text and not another text, then you still have to keep the bug open,
That
and
is true. That is.
so it was all individual for
It's,
sure.
this is turning into
But
QA
they didn't care
strategy.
about bug count. They kind of did, at least where I was. But I mean, I know bug count was like a big thing back in the day, and it's not so much for the last, I would say, 10 years. Well, I mean, I don't know how they do it in console anymore, but at least being in cell phones, they don't care about your fucking bug count anymore.
Yeah, I hope not.
I almost didn't get into the industry because of that, though. So when I was in EA and I was during my training, I was one of the few that had really, really low bug count. And the trainer at the time was, if you don't get your bug count up, like you're not going to make it past training.
Oof.
And it was kind of rough, but then people around me and him kind of gave me bugs to kind of like help my bug count up to help me like keep going. And I don't know, because back then I wasn't really, not to say I didn't know what I was doing, but like you refine what you're supposed to be testing as you like get into it more.
Yeah.
And you start realizing like there are bugs all around, but I don't know, it just becomes like more what important stuff you should be paying attention to. And at that time I was so new that I was just playing the game and like, I don't know, oh, he fell into a hole over, I don't know, it was like I wasn't really doing a good job at that time, and I didn't really know what I was really doing, and so I almost didn't make it past training. And then, like I said, luckily people around me helped me, and then I made it through training. And then I lasted though maybe like 9 months before I got laid off the first time.
Oh, well, that's
Because
part
it
of
was
the course.
project based. I was working on
Yeah.
that Lego Soccer Mania, and then it finished though. And then they moved me over to oh gosh, it was GBA something.
Ugh.
Um, yeah,
Forget it.
and then after that
Terrible.
was
Terrible to work on those little things.
yes. And man, those things too, because you're passing them around. We didn't keep the same device, so we would get them, and I would get it. It would be so greasy sometimes because someone else
Yeah. With
had been testing
Funyuns from
it.
from Go Snacks.
Oh God.
Funyun Fingers. Old Freddy Funyun Fingers had the GBA last, and now Danelle has it.
It was so gross. And then they finally moved me over to Battlefield.
Ah, yes.
And I tested Battlefield for a minute. And then when that finally ended, they're like, oh, I can't keep moving you around anymore. We just got to let you go.
Yeah, I mean that was contract life for sure.
Yeah.
And guess what? No one, when you first become a game tester, nobody knows what they're doing. Everyone thinks that it's just like you said, playing the game and falling. Why are characters always falling into holes? By the way, that seems like a
Because
epidemic in the video
because
game world.
the coders don't know how to fucking code. No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
shit! Shots
I
fired
know.
again.
I
So
know.
far we've called.
The engineers need to get better at their shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why the testers are there, though. We have to show them, hey, bro, you didn't know what you're doing here. It's fucking flawed.
You know what's worse is um,
I don't
people
know how
in
to code, so I
QA
can't
who
talk
go on
shit.
to be
Yeah.
in QA who go on to be coders or programmers,
Yeah.
and then eventually suggest to start a podcast and become the producer of said show. That
Oh,
that is the
God.
worst. That's the worst. So, oh hey Jeff. Um,
He was never a coder. What?
well, listen, it's not. We don't want to give him too much time. Okay, we've talked enough. We've
He
talked.
said, wow.
He did say
Mm,
wow. All right, next weird Namco
wow.
game.
Yep.
Our next
Um,
Namco
Not the
game.
game.
Yeah. What's it called?
Yeah, what you
Next
call,
Namco game. I'm sure you've worked on,
okay.
and has well, a lot of weird characters, but one I want to bring up is Tekken. Have you worked on Tekken? Shout out James Cho. Every time I
Oh,
think of Tekken, I
God.
think Tekken.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, that thing that I was talking about with Soul Calibur, it was a Tekken thing.
Like everyone being super excited to. Oh, you
No,
mean the DVD?
yeah, the DVD thing was for
Gotcha.
Tekken. That's what it was for, not Soul
Mm.
Calibur. See, the stuff just blends together. It's just too much working on too many different things all the time. But that was another one that I didn't really work on either. It might have been for overtime because they did a lot of overtime requests for things. You know, like the game was done, it was about to be shipped,
Yeah,
and they would
yeah.
ask for people to kind of like work overtime to try and make sure that it was really ready to be released. So I probably did overtime on it, but it wasn't a game that I was like tasked with working on all the time.
Gotcha. Do you um,
Do you
remember a
want?
character named King by any chance?
Yes. Was that
Yeah.
the tiger guy?
Yeah, it's a tiger guy or like a mountain lion or something, but like I've
Yeah.
never really understood. I like Tekken a lot. I like saying Tekken. And of course, when
Yeah.
we played a lot of Tekken in the office and
Tekken.
stuff, but never really
Yeah.
knew what King was. Like, is he a mountain lion or is that just a
I don't
mask?
know.
And I think it's just a
Yeah,
mask, maybe. But
I think
I
so.
should
It's
have
going to
done
a
my homework,
masquerade
I
ball
guess.
or something.
I sound like a noob. Pretty sure it's a mask. I never use them
Mm,
either. I don't like using them in Tekken,
just
but
abuse them.
yeah, I only like to abuse them. But either way, it's weird. That's just a weird fucking character. Like, In
Yeah.
fact, I'll jump ahead a little bit because I have a rapid fire weird characters to rattle off later, like
Okay.
non Namco edition. But like,
Okay.
there's a bunch of like humans in Tekken, and then
Hmm.
they have bears and shit too, I guess, which is weird. But and then a guy with a mountain lion mask, kind of like Street Fighter with Blanca. Like, there's a bunch of humans, and then there's like a goblin. But we'll get to Blanca later. So you
Goblin.
sometimes worked on Tekken.
Yeah, it was around
Another
the office for sure. So huge. People are always playing it on breaks. I mean, I always think of James Cho when I think of Tekken. I don't know why.
That's what I said. Shout out James Cho. Tekken.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't catch that part. My
That's
bad.
my James Cho impression.
Yeah.
Tekken. That's all he says.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
can see him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tekken. All right. I'm gonna just rapid fire some random weird characters, and we can talk about them for a second, and we can move on.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready. Go.
Resident Evil 2 had a playable character where you could
Oh.
be a brick of tofu.
Oh my God.
So it's a giant block of tofu that shoots zombies.
Hmm.
I guess they originally used it as like a test for collision detection, and they just kept it in the game. But anyways,
Interesting. That's
uh,
interesting.
you could be tofu, and I think that's
Hmm.
weird. And there's
Killer
other weird
tofu.
food. Yes. Oh yes, thank you, Doug. Shout out Doug.
Yes, Doug. Yeah, shout out Doug.
Shout out the beats. Um,
Yes.
Ayu.
Mm.
Killer
Do do
tofu.
do 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 do.
Man, you got a pretty good like acapella bass voice going there. That was good. So yeah, tofu. There's other
Hmm.
weird games where you can play it's like food, but I thought tofu with like a gun was weird.
I actually never played Resident Evil. It wasn't on my radar at that time. I wasn't really. That's when I probably
Started
stopped
stopping.
starting
Yeah,
playing games.
right. Makes
And I didn't
sense.
really get into Resident Evil, but I watched other people play it. But
Yeah, watching counts.
Killer Tofu.
Killer tofu. Yeah. Um, are you
That's an
familiar
interesting
with
character.
the fighting game series Guilty Gear? That one's a little bit more niche.
Oh, I know of it for sure. Definitely
Okay.
didn't play it, but I know of it.
So there's a character named Bridget, who was
Bridget.
Bridget was born a male and also had a twin brother. But Bridget was raised a female because in the town where she was from, it's considered bad luck to have same-sex twins or some shit like that. This is why
Oh,
fighting games shouldn't have like backstory because you come up with stuff like that.
that's
Um,
true.
and then so after years of wanting to become a great man, as Bridget
Hmm.
grew older and make her parents proud, Bridget actually decided that she identifies more as a female, which makes her happy.
Wow, she was ahead of her time, it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah, and so this wouldn't be that weird nowadays, but whenever she was introduced, fuck, I can't remember now. Maybe early 2000s. I think maybe she was introduced. Yeah, that makes sense. Or late 90s. I don't know. Anyways, at the time where Bridget came out, it was considered like, whoa, what the fuck? That's really weird. Um,
Hmm.
and a lot of people at EA played Guilty Gear like at lunch and would always be like, hey, do you think this character's hot? And
Oh.
someone would be like, actually, yes, I do. I don't know why they
Yeah,
sound that
there's
moody.
always one. You're right, but they're right. There's always one,
Yeah,
and they
actually,
do
and then
sound
they'd
like
be like,
that.
"Oh, do you like boy?" It's like really dumb, almost middle school level hazing at that time. But yeah, it happens. It
Yeah,
happens. It's not
it
all
does
fun and
happen.
games and shenanigans. There's. But anyways, no one got too upset.
No. Hmm.
Um, so yeah, Bridget, and then I talked about Blanca again earlier. I
Oh,
mentioned
Blanca.
or Blanca. I don't know. I said Blanca as a kid, but I think it's
Oh, you
Blanca.
did?
I think,
You
yeah,
weirdo.
I know it's Blanca. Sorry, I did say Blanca because look how it's spelled. Blanca, it's fucking Blanca. When you're in second grade, that's fucking
Yeah.
Blanca.
Oh,
I don't know what he's. Oh, Jeff's disagreeing with me. Everyone's so everyone in the game is human except for him. I mean, humans that can shoot Hadoukens and sonic booms, and
yeah.
humans who can stretch their limbs. Again, shout out Yoga with Adrian and breathe fire. So
Yoga with
I
Adrian.
guess suspend disbelief. But what he like all these humans and then like an electro goblin. Um, I don't know. It's a cool
Yeah.
band name, Electro Goblin, but
Ooh, that is a cool name.
definitely like some stoner doom metal Electro Goblin. It's probably taken already. But yeah,
Yeah, could be
everyone else.
emo band too.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, everyone else is just human with powers except for Vega and Balrog, and
Oh
they are
yeah.
just gay and Mike Tyson, respectfully. So,
Wow.
yeah, there's Blanca. There's my quick shout out to Blanca. Everyone knows Blanca or Blanca.
Blanca.
I also
Blanca.
think Mega Man's weird.
Do you?
I do, and here's why.
I never thought it was weird.
I wrote some bullet points on why I think Mega Man's weird. Would you like
Okay,
to hear
let's hear
them?
it.
First of all,
Number one.
Mega Man is clearly a boy. So there you go. So
Okay, why is that weird?
well, because it's Mega Man, he's clearly a boy. It should be Mega Boy.
Oh, okay. Never thought about it like that. Okay.
Okay. Mega Man is small in stature, despite being called Mega.
Omega. Okay, I never thought
All
about
right.
that either.
He's not even a man or a boy, but he's a robot. All right. So they're calling him a man. He's a robot, and all he does is fight other robots named Something Man, despite being even less like a man in appearance than Mega Man. So I don't know. I think Mega Man's weird. That's why.
I never
Um,
thought about it like that. You bring up a lot of good points.
I,
Give me
finally
a new
someone tells me
perspective.
that. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. That's what we're here for. We're here to offer. I mean, everyone knows Mega Man and Blanca, but have they thought about these things? I think
No, like
not.
I said, I just accept it. I don't know why. I'm just a very accepting
Mm.
person, and I'm just like, that makes sense. That's what they wanted. That makes sense to me. I never question,
Is that
which is
what
a problem in my life for sure.
your inner monologue sounds like an old farm man smoking a pipe? Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's what they wanted. That's what they'll have.
Absolutely, wearing the whole overalls, and I got wheat in my mouth.
Yeah, baling hay.
Baling hay, Halen Bay.
Yeah. Instead, you're just Danelle and you have weed in your mouth.
I'm
Moving
not
on.
just Danelle. How dare you? I'm
Yes.
the Danelle.
My last rapid fire is Octodad. Are you familiar with Octodad?
Octodad. I know Octomom.
Okay, yeah, I remember
That girl who
Octomom.
had 8 kids or whatever, obviously,
Yeah,
because Octo.
right, yeah. Yeah, some people
Octodad.
might not know what Octo
Was it her
means.
father or her baby daddy? I don't even know.
No,
I'm
so
gonna Google it
you,
right now.
pretty,
Octodad.
it's a pretty interesting game. That one didn't
What
come
the
out.
hell is this? And is he a
It's,
squid?
so
Octopus? Oh,
you're,
octopus. Oh my god.
you're an
Hello.
octopus who's trying to hide the fact that you're an octopus by being a regular
How can
suburban
you hide
town.
that? Look at him. He's clearly orange, yellow, and like looks like an
Well,
octopus. Even though his family's human, how did that? Wait, so he marries or gets with a human woman,
maybe I can't
or
remember
he
now.
doesn't? Well, it shows her and their 2 kids, and they're all human. Did she not know he
No,
was
yeah,
human?
no, no one knows. So he does like he has to like go do the dishes or like do household chores, but you're an
Oh
octopus,
my
so like
god.
you have like each tentacle you have to control like with the keyboard type thing.
Oh.
So like moving's all weird.
Ooh, there's tentacle
Uh,
porn out there too, so that probably turned somebody on playing this game.
interesting. Like hard fucking right that you took there. There is. You're not wrong. There is.
I think it's someone at Namco talked about this, which is why I just went there because it was a thing
Right.
there.
I'm sure. I'm sure that at Namco, tentacle porn was talked about ad nauseum.
I'm so sorry to the people at Namco. I love you guys.
I do too. There's a lot of great folks coming out of Namco.
I'm just telling you, I learned so much weird shit, and I don't know, it stuck with me.
I no, I believe you.
Octodad, I've definitely never heard of this. What year is this from?
Octodad's wholesome. No TP as they call it in Octodad. It,
2014? Oh, when is this from?
the game is hilarious. I think goddamn.
It does say,
Like,
well, these videos I'm seeing are 2014, but I don't know if
yeah,
it's
no, I was gonna say around then, the early 20 aughts or
20 aughts.
20 the early 2010s rather. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pluots.
Yes, Kulat.
No, pluots. I think that's
Oh,
a fruit.
Pluot. It is a fruit.
And cluots too, but
That's a shoe.
anyway.
No, I don't
A
know.
shoe?
I don't know. Are you ready to hear
Yeah.
the next segment? Because I'm excited about it.
I'm always ready.
All right. So the next segment is called "Me in Skate."
Oh God.
Talk about me.
Let's do it.
This is
We
my
don't get enough of
favorite.
you talking about you.
We don't. No, it's my favorite topic. It's myself. But this is weird. This is weird video game characters, and
Okay.
I'm gonna-
You're a weird video game
I'm gonna,
character.
like not.
We should put you in a game for sure.
Yeah, no, I
An
agree.
Armenian who rides bikes and likes death music and
I ride bikes. When you think of
well,
me, you think of
no,
riding.
because of Bikey Mikey thing. That's just the
Oh,
only
got
thing.
you. Oh, yeah, Mike. Yeah, okay, good.
Anyway, sorry. Continue, sir.
That's the good rhyme. No, my
Yeah, it really is. It just flows off the tongue so well. I can't stop. Won't stop.
Oh man, I don't think you can mention that guy either. Anyways, um, So I think it was my second session as a contractor at EA. I worked on a game called Skate.
Oh,
Um,
Skate's awesome.
Skate was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And we all had a lot of we had a lot
A
of
lot of ton?
we had a lot of tongue festing that game. We had a ton of
Tongue
fun.
festing that game.
Yeah, we had a ton of fun testing that game. I
I
think
could imagine. That's got to be a fun one to test.
yeah, and like we would like watch like skate videos during lines.
Hell
Like we were
yeah.
like into it. Like it was super cool. It was because it was really
CKY, shout out.
they did a really good job. Like it just felt good.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned it before in the
Hmm.
first episode, but I worked in CQC at EA, which was like certification.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
so for
You're
those
one
who
of
don't know
those.
and are interested, that was CQC is different than the main QA who works on a
Yeah.
title for like a year or God knows how long.
Yeah.
So after QA does their main pass and it's like
Yep.
ready to go be shipped to first party, so like
Yep.
Sony or Nintendo, it
Yep.
has to come through CQC, and we have to do
Yep.
our last pass. There's technical passes, which is like by the book, and then
Yep.
there's like final functionality.
I didn't realize you were on CQC. Hmm.
Yeah, that's where I got my start. So I was a little spoiled because we get games
Oh.
like if you had a game for like a
Yeah,
month,
because they're done.
you were like, oh shit, that's a long time. Like you had them for usually like at a week. We had Skate for about a month because
Oh,
um,
wow.
uh, multiplayer like back end shit kept breaking basically. Uh,
Oh, really? I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
I could
yeah.
see that.
So like the game was pretty clean, but
Multiplayer was a
multiplayer,
big deal for a lot of games, for sure.
yeah,
Testing multiplayer stuff was,
that was always where it broke, especially back in the
yeah,
early odds. CQC was fun
early
because
odds.
like I did feel like I was just getting paid to play games.
I know, you jerk. You were one of those. I think you guys got paid more than we did.
I
I don't
hope
know, but I think so. I think so.
I hope so, but it still wasn't a lot. But I was stoked. I
Yeah,
played in two
but
metal bands and I got paid to
how'd you get into that though? Sorry, really fast. Like, so were you a tester and then you moved into CQC, or you just went straight into CQC?
I saw an ad on Craigslist.
No,
Uh,
you didn't.
yeah, I applied and I went I
Damn.
went to the cattle call, where they
Yeah.
so it's like entry level contract like bullshit, right? That was my
Yeah.
first job. I went to the cattle call. They make you test God, what was it? It was some James Bond game for like Xbox. They made you test that, and they were looking for a very specific bug, which ended up being like one of the alternate controller layouts was wrong or something like that.
And you found it?
No, no, I didn't. They say
Oh,
just hey, write down just like one sentence things of all the issues that you see,
yeah.
and then at the end they say this is what we were looking for. I wrote down like a shit ton, but none of them was that. And then
Um,
they interviewed me. It was like the manager and one of the leads, and I guess at EA at that time they quizzed you about EA products, either Madden, which I wanted.
oh, they definitely quizzed me about that too when I was there.
I didn't get Madden. They quizzed me about The Sims or Command and Conquer, which I knew nothing about, and so I failed that. And I totally thought I wasn't going to get the job, and then I did. So they just need cannon fodder. But
Yeah.
obviously, all these years later, it worked out.
Same thing with
So
me too. I BS'd my interview when they asked me about Madden. What's the difference between Madden and what's the other fucking like? What's the other football game? 2K? No.
at the time, it was
Um,
2K or NCAA as another.
I don't remember, but they asked me like, "What's the difference?" And I was like, "Oh, the characters you play." And I'm like, now thinking back on it, like, no, because whoever's on the fucking football team, who's on the fucking football team, they're not gonna change the fucking characters.
Damn.
I made up a bunch of bullshit. I was just like spewing stuff out of my ass, and
And
not in a good way.
that's why they liked you. Um,
I, well, other reasons probably, but um,
that's
they.
that's an episode in itself, I'm sure.
I know, yeah, women in that industry, I'm sure they just wanted and needed more of them. Anyways, so, but that's super interesting. Sorry, go back. CQC, you're testing skate.
Testing skate, getting high as fuck. No, just kidding. Well, maybe not. But
Oh
anyways,
God.
skate. We had a lot of fun with skate. The team that was on it. And like I said, we had it for a long time because online kept breaking, but that just gave
Wow.
us more time to play.
Yeah.
And we could get our daily fucking quotas with all the online bugs, so it was perfect. And
Nice.
yeah, fuck daily quotas. Anyways, weird characters. So you can
Yeah.
make your own
I
characters
know,
in
weird
skate.
character in skate. Yeah, yeah.
It was really good actually for the time, like making the character. That's something that old heads always say. It was really good for the time.
Old heads?
Yeah, I'm an old head now.
I guess I don't know that term very much, but
Well, You're older than
I
me.
know
Anyways,
Deadhead,
yeah,
but
yeah, Deadhead. I'm not a
that's even
Deadhead.
older than me.
Yeah. So anyway, I was quite the
Okay.
character at that time in my
Okay.
life. I had super long curly hair. I had mutton chops. I had a pretty dope beer belly
Mutton chops.
developing. Yeah, I had like big mutton chops. I like I mentioned, I played in two metal bands who gig consistently in the South Bay, and I got paid to play video games like that. I lived in San Francisco, and I haunted all the bars in the Mission District, and it was just peak fucking awesomeness. Um, and I wish I could go back now. Just kidding. I love my life. Anyways, uh, someone had made a character that had super long curly hair and mutton chops, kind of a beer belly, and no shirt. And I actually wish I could. I have a picture of myself from around that time eating chicken wings with no shirt, but that it looked just
What
like
in the
that picture.
world?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask. But
Well,
our
I
manager
have a
walked.
lot to ask, but yeah.
Our manager walked in, and no no names for this story because I don't. He probably wouldn't want to be mentioned, but he was
No
actually
name.
ended up being super important to me in my career. But he walked in, he was like, "What the fuck are you making, Mike Fenton?" And everyone laughed, and we looked on the screen, and it totally was me. And so the amount of clips of me like doing awesome tricks like for bugs and stuff and bailing and breaking a limb grew and grew every day. And
Wow.
before you could say, "Oh man," there were like more and more people making the Mike Fenton character. I went by Mike back then, even though I was totally Mikey.
Oh, really?
Well, I didn't go by Mike. Everyone just called me Mike. Like they couldn't accept that a grown man wanted to be called Mikey. But anyways, um, Jeff still doesn't. And then I started making myself, for the game, and so it was super fun. And like it was like a skate game, so like a guy with like long hair and shit, like it was just kind of cool. So that wasn't a character that was seen in the public eye, but somewhere in the gaming universe,
Yeah.
even though it's behind the scenes, I was a weird character for about a month in a video game.
You've been a weird
Um,
character ever since I've known you, sir.
exactly right. So
It's
yeah, that
great.
segment was brought to you by being a Leo, and
Being a Leo. Rawr.
yeah. Anyways, Mike Fenton skate, dope. They are coming out with the new
Nice.
skate game actually,
Oh, are they?
which I am super stoked for. I hope they do a good job. Yes, they are. All right. I like skate games. We
I do
mentioned Tony
too.
Hawk in the first episode, and yeah, skating games are cool.
They
Okay,
are.
last segment before we get out of
Okay.
here. This is our long the marathon episode. Uh, talked about
I
this
know. I was
before.
thinking that too.
It's okay. Jeff's gonna edit it down to 1 minute. Oh man,
He's not going to edit anything because he. Never mind.
it's true. Um, last segment is let's design a game. I talked about this before, but we should just come up with random shit, and if someone out there in the world hears it and wants to take it and run with it, they should. Jeff should be hard at work right
Okay.
now getting us a publishing company set up so we can get some, money.
Publish. Yeah.
But
Yep.
anyways, we'll just
But
I'll write this down too. I'll write all this shit down. But I don't know. Then give me a random idea for a weird main character. Just start saying something. Say anything.
marshmallows.
Marshmallows. Okay.
Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow Man. That does
I don't
what?
know. I don't know.
Describe
I guess
describe him.
he. I don't know.
It's
He's
a
got
it's a
black
he.
eyes. He's got stick for
He's got a black
hand.
eye.
Not a
But
black
he has a
guy.
what for hand?
A
I
black
didn't know. I
eye.
didn't. I said
No,
yeah. He has a black eye. I
no,
heard it
two black
correctly.
eyes. Well, I guess we could do one or two. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay. His eyes are
Stick
black. Okay.
hand.
His eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are black. I just
There's
think of these really deep,
wings.
dark black eyes.
Stick hands. Sounds like a
Stick
snowman
hands,
so
and he
far.
like. I don't know. I want to think of something like he just melts on things. Like he's sticky. He like melts and just leaves like a snail trail
Okay, leave snail trail is a good.
of gooey marshmallow on things. The purpose of that, though, I don't know.
Well, we'll come up with it. Leave snail
But
trails
Marshmallow Man.
of goo. All right, Marshmallow Man, who has
Hmm.
black eyes, deep black eyes, like
Yeah, deep
like
black
as if he
eyes.
has no souls.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm
Uh,
thinking for some reason. Because he's a horrible person.
he's a horror. Yeah, well, he's a
He's got no
marshmallow,
soul.
and he has stick hands, and he leaves a
That's why
snail
he's
trail of
leaving a trail of
goo.
marshmallow. You know how hard that is to get marshmallow out of things, especially if it's in your hair and it's sticky, and that's
Yeah, get a mop.
get a
Um,
mop.
uh, Yeah, shout out Tyler the Creator, of course. Anyways,
Oh, I've seen
so
Tyler
now
the
okay,
Creator in
we have
concert.
Marshmallow
Good
Man.
concert.
Um, we need. Are you saying you saw him in concert? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've seen Tyler.
Oh, nice. My daughter would be jealous. She likes him, but I listen.
Oh.
No more side tangents about Tyler the Creator. How dare you even bring him up? This is our important game that we're designing.
Yeah.
So I think so now we need like a style. So it's like since the last episode we did was about beat 'em up, let's just say it's a beat 'em up, right? So we
Okay.
have Marshmallow Man. It's a beat 'em up.
Okay.
Um, why is he so pissed off? You know, like why is he going around and leaving goo and beating people up?
I know. I don't know.
Do you remember any of the tropes from beat 'em ups? Like maybe he has a marshmallow wife and someone and
I
like
was actually going to
a
say
grand.
that. That was the thing is maybe he's trying to either find his marshmallow wife or he's trying to find a marshmallow wife. He's trying to find some graham crackers and some chocolate to hop on.
Oh, okay, so like he okay he's lonely
Yeah, he's
and
lonely.
he's
It's kind of like a dog that like leaves their like pee everywhere to like mark their territory. He's like trying to leave a snail of marshmallow everywhere for Mrs. Marshmallow to find him.
he's fine.
Oh,
Okay,
this is
so
so
he's
good.
lonely. He's trying to find his crackers and chocolate and
This is ridiculous. I can't continue with this. I don't know where this is going.
leaving. Okay, well we'll come back to the leaving. So that's why he's beating people up, and he's trying. So at the end of the game, he's gonna fight for his graham crackers and his chocolate, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
but he tastes good.
oh, and he tastes good. I'll put that down. Um,
Hmm. Throw some butter and some Rice Krispies on him.
oh, okay. Actually, we need since it's a beat 'em up. We need like other playable characters. So like Butter and Rice Krispies are the other playable characters. They're just there
Yeah,
to help. Um,
they're just there to help.
yeah, but those are like
A
the
spatula.
if you want to do co-op. No, spatula can be a weapon for sure. Um,
Hmm.
any idea is great for this. All right, and then
I don't.
where do they
No.
live? Do they live in Santa Cruz? Does this take place in outer space? Are they street punks? Like, where would you say the world is, Danelle?
Yeah. It's got to be the wilderness, like camping,
Oh, okay, camp. Yep,
like in the
perfect.
woods or some sort
Camping.
of like
Yep, excellent.
Mendocino County.
Ooh, specific. I love Mendocino County. Shout out.
I've actually never been.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I want to take the skunk train up there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now we're
That'd be
talking.
cool.
Skunk train, writing that down.
Yeah, he can take the skunk train to Skunktown, and
All right.
I don't know.
Who is he fighting? Who is he mad at? Like
Maybe he's mad at the graham cracker. I don't know, or maybe he's mad at Mister. I don't know.
what else
Who should he be
goes
mad
good
at?
with graham crackers?
I know. I'm trying to
Hmm.
think.
Milk? No. Well, my daughter likes that.
I like
Chocolate
some elf.
frosting?
Chocolate
Elf? Yeah.
frosting.
How about like vegetables? Vegetables are the bad
Vegetables.
guys
Well,
because
absolutely they are.
they're
I could see an angry
yeah
carrot
they're
walking around.
yeah exactly. Angry Carrot's the main boss, and they're from New Zealand, so they're called vegetables.
Or
Um,
kiwis.
well, yeah, veggies and fruits. Yeah, those are the bad guys. So that makes sense.
Cocktail fruit.
Oh man, yeah, half baked quote. We almost got through the whole episode with no half
I
baked quote. Okay.
know. I was thinking about that from last time. I kept quoting the same thing. You know, like, there she goes again.
All
There
right.
she goes again. There I go.
All right. So the game is going to be called
Ridiculous.
Skunk Train to Mallowville, where you play as a
Oh,
marshmallow
yes.
man who has
Yes.
really black eyes and stick hands and leaves a snail trail of goo because he's so mad that he's melting. Um, it's a beat 'em up game, and he's going around beating up fruits and vegetables because their army of fruits and vegetables, led by the angry carrot who walks around, doesn't like
Oh, my
sweet things,
God.
and he's just trying to get back to his graham crackers and chocolate.
Yeah.
Which we'll say
Yeah.
were kidnapped by the angry carrot. Now we're going to say that the graham
Oh,
crackers
okay.
and chocolate were kidnapped by the angry carrot. His friend
Yep.
Butter and Rice Krispie
Butters.
will come along to help because they have nothing else better to do, and Oh, and he tastes good, and there's a spatula you can use in the game, and it takes place in the wilderness, specifically Mendocino County.
Yeah, specifically.
Specifically, sorry.
Specifically.
And that is our game. So if anyone wants to take that and
Woo!
make it, just remember where you got it from. You know what I'm saying,
Probably been
homeboy?
any better than any of the other games we've been testing recently.
Yeah, which is none. Um,
Oh,
well, yeah, sad. So yeah. Anyways, I think we did it. That was a
I
fun
think we
episode.
did it.
We talked about a lot.
We did talk about a lot.
Jeff is getting bored. He's got shit to do. But
Stiff as a board, light as a
yeah,
feather. Stiff as a board, light as a feather. Stiff as a board.
you can't. The audience can't see it, but we're actually levitating Jeff right now. So,
Oh, put
did
your
you have
fingers where?
anything? Did what? Excuse me. Where? What? What was
Nothing.
that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I
Um,
was quoting the craft.
no, I know.
Oh,
I got my finger
hi,
out.
baby girl.
Oh, hi. Any other thing? Anything else that you want to mention about weird video game characters to know, or do you want to wrap it up?
I don't know. I think I'm going to talk about everything in one episode, so we should save some stuff. So I
Okay,
think
that makes sense. Oh shit, Danelle. We didn't get to our main topic this week, which was
which was
busking in the New York City subways. Yeah, we didn't.
busking.
Busking, where you saying
That's
that
a
people give you
word.
money. Yeah, it's absolutely a word. Look it up. I guess we'll
Oh,
talk about it next time. Shit, man, we always do this where we like
shit,
go
man.
on side tangents and we don't talk about the main topic of our show that I mentioned at the
I
beginning of each show
know.
that I'm sure people
Yeah, we talked
remember.
about busking. I
Um,
didn't.
yeah, well, that's what I said. The theme of the I don't know. Anyways, that does it for us.
Oh, I'm
First of all, say
exhausted.
goodbye, Danelle.
Goodbye, Danelle.
Thank you, and I will leave you all with the end of show toast. So pick up your drinks, Jeff. Your multiple
I've actually
drinks.
got champagne in my hand right now, so
Perfect. And your go snacks. May
go
your
snack.
gamer score be heavy and your backlog be light. May your connection be strong and your aim precision tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA pirates out there, you'll survive. Yar! Double shift!
Arr!
Thank you.
Goodbye, mateys.